Hello everyone and welcome back. I have a really short little grocery haul here this week. I believe it's the third or fourth week in October that I'm filming this for. Obviously you can probably hear I've been under the weather this last weekend, so I only just went out for groceries. This is Thursday that I'm filming this, and this is what I got. I only want to stop at one store on my way home from work, so I stopped at Giant Tiger, got the essentials that we needed for the week, and this is it. This came to $34 total. I obviously got some dog cookies back there. But anyways, if you're new, we're a family of two with one dog, and we live in Ontario, Canada, so all prices are in Canadian dollars, and most of the stores and food brands are kind of more common for Canadian stores. But anyways, I got the Black Diamond cheese was on sale for $4.44 for the blocks. So even though I got a bunch of cheese in my grocery haul last week, I did get two more just because it's dated. This cheese is dated into July of 2026 and this is February 2026. And I don't have a lot of mozzarella, so I got one pizza mozzarella, one old cheddar. These will last. We'll definitely go through them before they go bad. Also, the Nordica 2% cottage cheese was on for $3.98. That's a bit of a sale. Regular price, the Nordica brand is like $5 and plus. If I get it at Costco, it's a better deal. It's about $3.50 for the same size tub, but we were not going to Costco, and like I said, one store only. These 500 grams of green grapes, so half a kilogram, was $1.97. I thought that was a pretty good price, just over a pound, so I got that, and they seem really firm and nice. The 3 pounds of oranges, it's actually it's a good amount of oranges. I think there's 8 or 9 oranges in there that I counted, and they look really good. Navel oranges from South Africa, I believe, and this was $3.88 for the 3 pounds, so pretty good price for oranges in our area. Under 50 cents per orange, which is pretty much how I like to go off of for bulk fruit buying. And then anything like specialty, I'll get my boyfriend pears sometimes, or a special type of apple, and that's more. But if you can get a piece of fruit for under 50 cents, I think that's really good because it's kind of like a snack. And then I got 2 boxes of these milk bones. They were on a slight sale for $4.27. Usually I get the bigger 2 kilogram one, but Giant Tiger only had those in the large size, and my dog's a medium-sized dog. She's a border collie, so she doesn't need the giant cookies. And don't come for me, I know milk bones are not the best treat for a dog, but it's literally one of the only treats she'll eat. She'll eat the Kirkland brand of the greeny, toothbrush treats that are apparently good for their teeth, and then she'll eat these milk bones, and that's it. I've tried everything. I've tried liver treats, I've tried fancy homemade treats that people are oh, great for picky eaters. No, she'll eat these, and she'll eat those, and then she'll sometimes do a bully stick for 10 minutes. But that's it. So I buy her these. She likes them. She typically gets 2 or 3 a day. She's a 40-pound dog, so it all fits within her calorie or her daily diet requirements. And she is a very lean dog, so we're not worried about the calorie count at all. She could eat more basically, but she's just so active that she stays really lean. And then this is the last thing I got. We're gonna have pizza tomorrow. I make a cottage cheese pizza dough, it's a cup of cottage cheese, baking powder, a tablespoon, and then a cup of flour. It just makes a dough. We make it into a square on a pan, bake it a bit, and then we add our toppings. So we just do pizza sauce, which I have in the fridge, mozzarella cheese, and we wanted to add pepperoni, and I was all out of turkey pepperoni, and I did not want to drive all the way to Superstore or No Frills to get turkey pepperoni, so I got the Pliers, just regular pepperoni. It's a little higher in calorie, but it still has 10 grams of protein for a serving, so I'll take it. It's Friday pizza night, and we like to do that. Plus the pizza, I'll already have a little extra protein because of the cottage cheese, which is fabulous. And yeah, that's everything we got. That's everything we needed this week. If you're curious, I have my meal plan over here. I'll grab it quick. Just kind of go through, because people always ask me when I show smaller hauls like this, what do you eat? That's not a lot of food to get you through a week. And as I like to say, my pantry and my fridge and my freezer are stocked. Like, sometimes you see me do those bigger stock up hauls, and like that's what we eat through. But anyways, this is kind of my pen was starting to die, but on Thursday today, we're having leftover turkey dinner from Monday, and I made a pasta, like, tortellini thing last night, so we're having those leftovers tonight. Friday, we're going to have that cottage cheese pizza, plus I'll make a salad. I have lettuce, cheese, bacon bits, and Caesar dressing in the fridge. On Saturday, we're going to have, like, the Kirkland chicken bites with some mini potatoes I got last week, and again, another salad. We really like to have salad, and it's a good way to get some more, like, volume of lettuce in. On Sunday, I'm going to make a pork roast. I bought a pork loin a couple weeks back and chopped it up into different sections and pork chops and this and that, so I'll make a piece of the pork roast, and then I'll probably do some pierogies on the stove to have as a side, kind of like a carb side, kind of special. My boyfriend really likes pierogies, and we'll do probably a salad with that as well. I just didn't write it down. And then Monday, I want to make bread on Sunday, because I've been making a lot more bread and, like, homemade tortillas and stuff, because I've been wanting to kind of remove additives where I can from our diet as much as possible, and we find they taste delicious. So I'm going to make bread on Sunday. We're going to have sandwiches, either like grilled cheese with deli meat on the side, or like just like deli sandwiches, because we've got some deli turkey and deli chicken to use up. And then I'll probably have some soup, so we'll either make a can of soup, or I did make a cabbage soup this past week when I was feeling less than ideal, so we'll use that up probably. That'll be Monday, and then Tuesday we like to have tacos, so I'm going to make tortillas, and then we usually just do, like, ground beef, which I have a ton of in the freezer. I still have homegrown tomatoes in the fridge that are lasting, so we'll cut up a tomato, we'll have salsa. We do cheese, lettuce. Sometimes I make rice. I have a couple cans of black beans in the pantry, and then we just make some delicious tacos. Sour cream, too. I still have a thing of sour cream in there that'll probably be good till the end of October. Wednesday, we're probably going to do burgers and a salad, maybe some fries on the side. So I bought a big box of burgers at Costco, like, back in June, so we're just trying to work through those. I'm going to either try and make buns or something, or we could just do, like, lettuce buns with the burgers, with, like, sliced cheese we have in the fridge, and then a salad. Again, it's really simple, and I have a bunch of frozen french fries that we can just throw in the oven if need be, and that's kind of where we got to. We try not to do more than a week out at a time, just so we don't get bogged down, or if we, like, get a bunch of leftovers, that's what we'll have, like, next Thursday, or if we don't have, or if we've eaten up all the leftovers at lunches, then we'll just make a new meal plan or figure out what we want. And yeah, this is where I usually write out my grocery list. I'd only gotten to pepperoni, but then when I was making my list today at work, I realized I needed dog food, dog treats, and I was making a lot of things with cottage cheese this week. So I got another one of those and basically got the rest of the stuff. So that's kind of how I plan things out. For, like, breakfast and lunch, usually lunches are leftovers, or I, like, batch cook either, like, a soup, so like a chicken rice soup or a chicken cabbage soup, and I freeze individual portions of that, so I'll pull that out usually for my lunches, and my partner will have, like, leftovers from dinner, or he'll have that as well. And then I also make chili and do the same, so we can kind of, like, if there's no leftovers ready for lunch, I just pull one of those out the night before, a chili or a soup, and then I have that, and it's always super filling and good, and that prevents us from buying lunch out. He works a bit more of a flexible schedule, because he works for himself, so sometimes he'll just come make a sandwich or have, like, peanut butter and toast, or he can make basically whatever he wants when he's here for lunch, or he'll have leftovers. And then for breakfast, like, I always eat the same thing. Like, I have Greek yogurt with frozen blueberries on top, or I'll just have coffee with protein powder in it. Like, it's very basic, very simple. That's what I have. Because I'm not a big breakfast eater, I prefer not to eat breakfast, but I know I'm supposed to. It's better for me, and I do feel better when I do eat it. I just have to make myself. And he'll have cereal, or I make him, like, a brown sugar maple mix that he uses, just out of Quick Oats and stuff. There's recipes online. You can make your own instead of buying the packets, which are really expensive, and it tastes just as good, and you can always add more maple syrup if you want. But yeah, that's what we do for breakfast, lunches, and dinners. We kind of, like, we plan this out together, and then we just kind of freestyle our breakfasts and lunches, but they typically stay pretty similar. that's just kind of how we have figured out what works for us and how we waste the least amount of food as possible, because we're always eating leftover food for lunches or repurposing it into another meal. But anyways, this is all very small, $34, $35. Seems high, but the cheese is expensive and the pepperoni was expensive and dog stuff expensive. So happy with it. It's under $50 again. We're eating through the fridge and freezer a bit, but nothing too crazy going on. I hope you all have a fabulous week and you find some good deals on groceries, and we'll see you next week. Bye.